Hello everybody, it's Cindy and welcome back to Cindy Lou Loves Glam 2. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back and stopping on by. If you're here, you probably saw the title and you're here for one thing and one thing only, and that is my Boxycharm May Base Box for the month of May 2020. We'll just go ahead and start going through that. I have previously opened it. That's the way it's just going to be going forward. I know I usually like to leave it on camera so that you can see the surprise, but you know, in these, as I again explained in my premium video, I like to sanitize the outside of the box as well as all the boxes inside before I really touch them. From now on, I'll probably be opening my box ahead of time so that I can do that, and we just won't be seeing any really live reactions to it. And while it might be fun to see how excited I get, keep in mind we're also going to be preventing those on-camera meltdowns, which of course I obviously choose to keep in the video because I find that they're funny. Once again, I do not have a card in this box. I have a card for my premium box, but I do not have it for my base box. So I can't honestly tell you what the theme is. I'm assuming based off of the products that I got, I feel like it might fit also with the Mother Nature theme from the premium box. So I'm assuming it's all the same theme there. And I also cannot tell you what variation it is, and I cannot tell you how many variations there are. I can tell you from the full box reveal, it looks like that there's probably going to be a lot of variations there. As far as the cards go, you know, I'm guessing it's difficult logistically for Boxycharm in trying to operate in its limited manner, as well as what restrictions might be put on any entity that it contracts for designing and printing the cards. So my guess is that this is going to be kind of a new normal just until things start to really fully open up again. And maybe that'll be the new normal going forward because maybe they don't like printing this many variations of things, but it may just, you know, be really a hindrance for them to get the right boxes out and also get the appropriate cards with it. It is frustrating for, of course, us folks who want to see what the value of these products are, and you want to know what the value is. Like, are you getting your money's worth? I'm also curious, you know, I know there's a lot of people who want to do this whole going green movement, and certainly my background's environmental policy and science, so obviously that's somewhat important to me too, but I still like having the card so I can see information about the products. But I'd be curious to know how you feel about having the card, not having the card. Do you believe that, you know, it's more environmental friendly and you would prefer to not see a card? Or, you know, are you like me where like you really want that card and you want to see that, but maybe you would, you know, like Boxycharm to be, you know, find other ways of being more environmentally friendly. Without further ado, I'm going to hurry up and get into it. I think what I'm going to start with here is my choice product. So I think you had the choice between the Glam Glow, I think, Berry Moisturizing Mask. I don't know if it was a mask. I'm pretty sure it was. The LMS Resurfacing Pads, which, by the way, I did get as an add-on. Then the final one was the Hourglass Vanish Flash Highlighting Stick. And of course, I chose the Hourglass. I have been wanting to try Hourglass products for a while. I've heard a lot of good things about their highlighters. I do have it on currently. I wonder if I should get a little bit closer to the camera here so you can see. It is so beautiful. So I got my Hourglass Vanish Stick in the shade Rose Gold Flash. And of course you see it's got this cool, interesting container here, and look at how big the product is. Now, obviously, you know, I don't think that this goes all the way down here. Maybe it does. I don't know. I'd be very surprised, but it's a very interesting triangular shape. And I think it's actually kind of good because when you do your highlighting, you kind of want to put it in this triangular shape here. So I think that that does provide like a nice little way for you to point and get that triangle down. And then, of course, pat it out with, like, I know some people like to use a sponge. I usually just use my fingers here. Of course, here is the shade. You just twist it up. It is an interesting shape, but it is that pretty rose gold. And I think it goes really well with my skin. Look at that. It just looks like glass. Like you can barely see when I mean, you can kind of see the strip there, but then like you just kind of pat it in and it just looks so beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm very excited to try an Hourglass product, and I'm very happy with my choice. The Hourglass Vanish Flash Highlighting Stick retails for $42. This does end up being the highest priced item in the box. Well, I see this next, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go with this. So next I got, and I've already taken it out of the box here, but I got the Too Faced Rich and Dazzling High Shine Sparkling Lip Gloss. I got it in the shade Net Worth. And of course, as usual, the packaging on this is fantastic. I am currently wearing it. I am wearing it over my Jeffree Star lipstick, and the shade I used today was Allegedly. So this is over Allegedly. It kind of gave it a little bit more of a goldy shine to it, although this is already, you know, a pretty warm color. So here you can see it's a very pretty package. You have the nice pink. There's this heart, like, I don't know, piece on here. Very fancy embossing. Of course, everything is plastic. And then, of course, you can see it's very goldish. I'll put some on my hand here. That's what it looks like. You can't really see it too well, but it's got kind of like this rose gold or peachy gold reflect to it. It's not overly sticky, but it's still kind of sticky. It does have like that vanilla cocoa smell to it. And I found, even though it smells kind of like cocoa or vanilla cocoa or something along those lines, that sweet smell, of course, with the lip gloss, you're probably gonna get some of it in your mouth eventually and end up kind of tasting it. And this smells like vanilla, but it tastes like, you ever spray perfume and then accidentally like have your mouth open and you get some perfume particles or in your mouth? That's what it tasted like to me. It tasted like I got a little bit of like perfume scent in my mouth. There's like some sort of weird aftertaste. Not my favorite lip gloss, but I haven't really tried any Too Faced lip glosses yet, so it was exciting to try. It is a pretty color. I think if you've watched me in the past, you know how I kind of feel about lip glosses, although I'm starting to change my tune a little bit. But it's, you know, it's pretty standard. It's just in really pretty packaging, and the taste of it is not my favorite. But, you know, it gets the job done, right? And it is very pretty, so it would be nice to keep in my handbag. So the Too Faced Rich and Dazzling Lip Gloss retails for $21. To the next product. I'm really excited about this because I was almost out of my favorite Milani eyeshadow primer. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't believe that eyeshadow primer works, or that you should just use concealer. And that's, you know, you can use concealer. It, you know, hey, whatever floats your boat. I've always had good luck finding a good eyeshadow primer and sticking with it. I've tried some bad ones. I've tried some meh ones, and I've tried some really good ones. Milani currently is my favorite. So I was very excited when I saw this in my box. It is the Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow primer. I have this on my eyes currently today. I'm not finding issues. I think I've heard a few people already kind of give some reviews that it does crease on them, but I have yet to experience that. Then again, I don't think this has only been on my eyes for about probably about 5 hours at this point. I'm not noticing any real weirdness. It is much thicker than my Milani eyeshadow primer. I usually don't use a whole lot of it. And I don't know if that also could be an issue for some folks. Maybe they just use too much of it and then it creases. I like to use just enough to make everything tacky and sticky. and then go about applying my eyeshadow. I'm also wearing fairly neutral shades today, so that might also have something to do, you know, maybe if I tried this with more bright colors, it wouldn't stay on as much. But I'm really excited to get this. I'm glad I got it. You know, this is exactly what I would want in my variation. And all the variations that they had, I really wanted the eyeshadow primer, and I'm glad I got it. So the Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow primer retails for $22. Next, and I think the majority of people receive this. I don't know if I've seen a box so far that hasn't gotten this. I'm sure there's something out there. I'm sure there's a few variations out there for something else. But I received the Blink Black Lash Primer. I am unfamiliar with this brand, but I have heard a lot of people say that, yeah, it says it's a black lash primer, but they've been using it mainly as mascara. If you watched my premium video, and if you've also watched a lot of my stuff in the past, you will know how picky I am when it comes to my mascaras. I only really want to use waterproof or highly water resistant. If it isn't labeled as waterproof, it's still pretty decent with standing up to any kind of like eye watering or anything like that, because I have extreme dry eye. I am going to have to look up and see whether or not that would meet my criteria. If not, you might be seeing this in a future giveaway. I don't have time to apply lash primers, I will also say. I think I got like an Estee Lauder one or something in some kit that I got, and I never used it. I never used that stuff. The whole idea of putting a primer on just so I can put on mascara just doesn't appeal to me. It's just, it's too much time for not that great of a payoff. Nonetheless, I'm not mad that I got this, and it is nice that it's black, because maybe you can use that mainly as a mascara if you prefer to. So the Blink Black Lash Primer retails for $26. And finally, I was kind of hoping for the Studio M palette. I wish I had received that. And I received the Beauty Creations California Chic, Cali Chic eyeshadow palette. It is very warm toned. There is a mirror in here, but it's only 9 pan. Very warm neutrals. There does seem to be some really pretty shimmer shades here in the second row. I already have so many warm eyeshadow palettes like this that I feel like I'm already using. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm not even going to swatch these. I think I'm going to put them in a giveaway. And once I figure out the right ways to run, the right rules for running a giveaway in this day and time where I can, you know, verify that I'm only contacting adults. And also the pandemic also kind of makes things a little bit tricky with regards to shipping. So, you know, once I can figure that out and work those things out, I would love to have a giveaway. The Beauty Creations Cali Chic palette retails for $14.99. So when I add up the total retail value of the items in my box, it comes to $125.99. We of course pay $25 plus tax, so it seems that like it would be a great value. As far as, you know, how I rate this box, I am significantly more positive towards this box, and I feel like this box actually has more products that I would use. Granted, I have a lot of these already. I think it's just that I have just so many eyeshadow palettes already that I'm not going to use this. Even though I've gone with more of a warmer neutral tone today, I have been gravitating more towards cooler neutral tones. So just right now, it's not also speaking to me. But, you know, I think these colors look pretty on me. So if Boxycharm was using like my past preferences, they probably selected an okay palette for me. When it comes to this whole box, I actually feel like this month was definitely worth it. I really like all the products in here. There are 3 products in here that I've already used and I know I definitely will use. This, you know, again, I'm going to put in a giveaway. I don't know about this yet, but I got the eyeshadow primer I wanted. I was excited to try the Too Faced lip gloss. I mean, this is still beautiful packaging. And then, of course, I love that I got to try Hourglass. So I am very happy with my box. I would say that I am definitely even more happy with this box than my premium box. By the way, I have a playlist of all my Boxycharm unboxings, but I definitely feel like this month it was worth it for me. I really like this. I can't say the same thing about my premium box. Premium has 1 month to turn it around, and if they don't, they're gone. But I'd be curious to know what you all think. Would you be happy with my box? You know, have you used any of these products? How do you feel? Are we boxy twins? Just let me know in the comments down below. I hope everybody's staying safe, washing their hands, taking whatever precautions whenever they need to go out, such as wearing a mask. Just stay safe. As I said in my last video, don't be completely afraid to live your life, but do so in a safe manner. I'm gonna take a page from Hannah, aka Smoky Glow's book, and go ahead and leave a link where you can register to vote. It is an important election year. Of course, in my opinion, every election is important, and I have voted in every election that I could have since I was, 17 and a half, because I got to vote in the primary before I turned, since I was going to turn 18 by election day. I got to vote in the primary when I was 17. So I've been voting a very long time. It's very important. I don't miss elections. I don't even miss elections even when somebody is running unopposed. I am going to leave a link to register to vote. Be sure you check out your state's laws. Do you need to have your ID updated? Can you vote early, or do you have to vote in person on election day? Can you vote absentee by mail? That's what I did for the primary. If you can vote absentee by mail, if your state allows it, I would highly encourage you to do that. Obviously, it'll be harder and harder if people are waiting in line to go vote, to do the social distancing. I'm sure there'll be somewhat of a risk there, even if you are doing social distancing. So, you know, if you can avoid that mess altogether, if your state allows you to do that, I'd certainly encourage you to do that. And with that, have a great day, evening, weekend, whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.